Hi, I'm Naomi and welcome to Get Talking Oz English. In the description below, there is a PDF worksheet. You can download the worksheet and write your notes and the answers on this worksheet. Pause the video now and download the worksheet. Okay, now you have the worksheet, let me tell you a story. I'll speak naturally, but you can always slow me down. Just press the cog below and select a slower speed. Okay, are you ready? It's winter in Australia at the moment and cold weather is normal. Last Friday I was enjoying my hot cuppa on the balcony in the sun when suddenly the sun disappeared. I moved inside and checked the weather forecast. There was no rain on the forecast, yet the sun had been replaced by angry-looking black clouds. There was a light breeze outside, but inside, where I was now sitting, I could feel a draft on my ankles. Without warning, a huge gust of wind picked up my outdoor umbrella and threatened to toss it over the edge. I raced out onto the balcony and rescued the umbrella, only to be pummeled by the wind and now rain. It was pelting down and blowing an absolute gale. But it wasn't just rain that was pelting down. "Whoa, Nelly!" I exclaimed as I got back inside. "It's hailing!" It was definitely a sudden winter storm. Have you ever experienced weather like this? 1 minute it is sunny, then suddenly the weather changes. Okay, let's look at some vocabulary in my story. It's winter in Australia at the moment. At the moment. At the moment. Does it mean now or in the past? If you chose now, you are correct. It's winter in Australia now. It's winter in Australia at the moment. At the moment. At the moment. At the moment, I'm teaching you. At the moment, I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you at the moment. At the moment can be at the start or at the end of the sentence. At the moment. At the moment. At the moment. At the moment. And therefore, cold weather is normal. Cold weather. Cold weather. Cold weather. Does this mean outside feels nice and hot or outside feels icy? If you chose outside feels icy, you are correct. I hate cold weather. Or, the weather is cold. Cold is an adjective. It can be before the noun or after to be verb. The weather was cold in the past. The weather is cold now. The weather will be cold tomorrow, in the future. Cold weather. Cold weather. Cold weather. Cold weather. Last Friday, I was enjoying my hot cuppa. Last Friday. Last Friday. Does it mean the most recent Friday? Or Friday a long, long time ago? If you chose the most recent Friday, you are correct. You can say last night, last week, last Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, last Friday. This means the most recent time. Last night is yesterday night. Last Friday is the most recent Friday. Last Friday. Last Friday. My hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Does it mean a hot cup of tea or coffee? Or does it mean a hot couple of donuts? If you chose a hot cup of tea or coffee, you are correct. Would you like a cuppa? Would you like a hot cup of tea or coffee? Most people in England use cuppa to mean a hot cup of tea. In Australia, we can use cuppa to mean cup of coffee or cup of tea. So, if you are at a friend's house, you can reply, "Yes, I'd love a coffee. Do you have coffee?" Or, "Yes, I'd love some tea. What tea do you have?" Let's practice this. I'll ask my boyfriend Maddie to help me. Hi Maddie.
Hey.
Would you like a cuppa?
Yeah, I'd love a coffee. Do you have coffee?
Sure. Or,
Would you like a cuppa?
yeah, I'd love a cup of tea. What tea do you have?
So we've got green tea, we've got jasmine tea, we've got chamomile tea, and we've got Earl Grey tea.
I'll have green tea, please.
Sure.
Thanks, Maddie. And back to the lesson. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Suddenly, the sun disappeared. Suddenly. 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 Does it mean slowly and expectedly? Or very quickly and unexpectedly? If you chose very quickly and unexpectedly, you are correct. I was doing something in the past when suddenly something happened in the past. I didn't expect this. It was shocking. I was walking in the park when suddenly I fell over. Suddenly. 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 I moved inside and checked the weather forecast. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. Does it mean a statement of what the weather is likely to be for today and tomorrow? Or does it mean a decision about the weather in the past? If you chose a statement of what the weather is likely to be for today and tomorrow, you are correct. You can check the current weather and also future weather on an app. In a question, you can ask, what is the weather forecast for tomorrow? You can also leave out forecast and ask, what will the weather be like tomorrow? Or super casual, you can say to your friend, what's the weather tomorrow? What's the weather tomorrow? Really casual. What's the weather tomorrow? What's the weather tomorrow? What's the weather tomorrow? I think it's going to be sunny. Check the weather forecast. I'm going to check the weather forecast. The weather forecast will tell me about the weather tomorrow. Will it rain? Will it be sunny? Will it be hot or cold? What's the weather tomorrow? What's the weather tomorrow? Maybe it'll rain. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. The sun had been replaced by angry black clouds. Replaced by. Replaced by. Replaced. Does it mean the black clouds were here, but now the sun is here? Or the sun was here, but now the clouds are here? If you chose the sun was here, but now the clouds are here, you are correct. This ruler was replaced by this pencil. The ruler was here, but now the pencil is here. The ruler was replaced by the pencil. This means the ruler was here, but now the pencil is here. Replaced. 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 There was a light breeze outside. Light breeze. Light breeze. Does it mean lots and lots of wind or just a little wind? If you chose just a little wind, you are correct. You describe the little wind by saying it's a gentle breeze or a light breeze. Gentle breeze, light breeze are the same meaning. Outside, there is only a breeze. You can just say breeze as well. Light breeze, gentle breeze exaggerates that it's just gentle. Breeze, light wind. Breeze, little wind. Outside there's a breeze today. This means not too much wind, just a little. Outside there's a light breeze today. Or outside there's a gentle breeze today. This just means that I am making sure that you understand that there is only a little wind. Just a little. Light breeze. Light breeze. Light breeze. Light breeze. Light breeze. Light breeze. I could feel a draft on my ankles. Draft. Draft. Does it mean unpleasant cold air blowing into a room? or unpleasant cold water coming into a room. If you chose unpleasant cold air blowing into a room, you are correct. You usually use draft with I can feel a draft. I can feel cold wind coming into the house from somewhere. You also might read or hear something like this. Gaps under the door in old buildings create drafts. Drafts. Ooh, it's a little bit cold in here. I can feel a draft on my back. I think that there is wind, cold wind, coming from the windows onto my back. I can feel a draft on my back. Draft. 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 A huge gust of wind. Huge gust of wind. Huge gust of wind. Does it mean sudden, strong or big wind or sudden cold wind? If you chose sudden, strong or big wind, you are correct. The gust of wind made the tree fall down. A huge gust of wind blew the roof off the building. You can just say gust of wind because gust means big sudden wind. But if you want to exaggerate the meaning, you can say huge gust of wind. This is similar to breeze. Breeze is little. Gust is big and sudden. If you want to exaggerate, you say light breeze or huge gust of wind to really exaggerate. Okay, gust of wind. Gust of wind. Gust of wind. A huge gust of wind picked up my outdoor umbrella. Picked up. Picked up. Does it mean lifted higher or fall down? If you chose lifted higher, you are correct. I picked up the umbrella. The wind picked up the umbrella. The wind lifted the umbrella higher. I picked up my coffee. I lifted my coffee up. Picked up. Picked up. Picked up. Picked up. And threatened to. Threatened to. Threatened to. Does it mean in danger? Something bad might happen? Or something is safe and protected? If you chose in danger, something bad might happen, then you are correct. The person threatened to kill me. I'm in danger. The person said they will kill me. I'm in danger. I am not protected. They said they will do something bad to me. Threatened. They threatened me. Threatened. I feel threatened. I feel in danger. I am not protected. Threatened to. Threatened to do something. They threatened to do something. Threatened to. threatened to. I feel threatened. Threatened. Toss it over the edge. Toss it. Toss it. Toss it. Does it mean throw something or catch something? If you chose throw something, you are correct. Toss the ball. Throw the ball. Toss the rubbish in the bin. Throw the rubbish in the bin. Put the rubbish in the bin. Toss it. Toss it. Toss the rubbish in the bin. Don't toss the rubbish on the sidewalk, on the footpath. Don't toss the rubbish on the footpath. Toss it. Toss it. Pummeled by the wind. Pummeled. 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 Does it mean hit over and over by someone or something? Or rubbed by something or someone? If you chose hit over and over by someone or something, you are correct. I was so busy, I was pummeled by exams. I was hit with exams over and over. I had so many exams. Or the fight was horrible. The man pummeled the other man. He kept hitting him over and over. Pummeled. 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 It was pelting down. Pelting down. Pelting down. Does it mean strong wind or strong rain? If you chose strong rain, you are correct. It's raining a lot and the rain feels strong when it hits you. You can say it's pelting down. So it's pelting down outside. It's raining a lot outside. So much rain, pelting down. It's pelting down outside. This means there's so much rain. So much rain. Pelting down. Pelting down. Pelting down. Blowing an absolute gale. Blowing a gale. It's blowing a gale. Does it mean really strong wind or really strong rain? If you chose really strong wind, you are correct. News reports often say there will be gale force winds tomorrow. This means really strong and really dangerous winds. Blowing a gale is used to describe the strong wind. If you want to exaggerate it more, you can say it's blowing an absolute gale. Oh my gosh, the wind's so strong, it's blowing an absolute gale. Blowing a gale. It's blowing a gale. It's blowing a gale. It's blowing a gale. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Does it mean, oh my gosh? Or, come here, Nelly. If you chose, oh my gosh, you are correct. This is an older Australian slang for oh my gosh, OMG, oh my god, or bloody hell. You need to say it with lots of surprise. Whoa, Nelly! I'm so surprised. Whoa, Nelly! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Whoa, Nelly! Whoa, Nelly! Whoa, Nelly! Whoa, Nelly! Got back. Got back. Got back inside. Got back. Does it mean returned or go away? If you chose returned, you are correct. You have gone somewhere and returned to the same place you were before. You have gone somewhere and got back. So, when I got back to my home, I was so tired from working. When I got back to the office after lunch, I felt so full. When I got back to my car, I realized that I had left my keys at the office. This means when I returned home, when I returned to the office, and when I returned to the car. This is one meaning of got back. There are other meanings too, but for now, got back means returned. Got back. Got back. Got back. It's hailing. It's hailing. Hailing. Does this mean small balls of ice falling from the sky? Or I want a taxi or a cab? If you chose small balls of ice falling from the sky, you are correct. Hailing a cab is also correct, but in this story, I am not talking about a taxi. I'm talking about the weather. So it must be raining ice balls. Here are some ways to use hail. It's hailing, or what's that? It's hail, or tomorrow might hail. What's the weather tomorrow? It might hail. 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 Hailing. Hailing. It was a sudden storm. 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 Does storm mean weather with very strong wind, heavy rain, and sometimes thunder and lightning? Or sunny weather with a light breeze? If you chose weather with very strong wind, heavy rain, and sometimes thunder and lightning, you are correct. We are going to have a storm tomorrow. It will probably storm tomorrow. Oh my God, that was a crazy storm. 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 Okay, that was some confusing vocabulary in my story. Let's look at some grammar now. There was no rain on the forecast, yet the sun had been replaced by angry-looking black clouds. Yet. Yet can be used as a conjunction. This means yet connects two words or two phrases or two clauses in a sentence. Yet joins them together. but. It can mean but or nevertheless. We use it to show contrast. This is not the same as this. This, yet this. This, but this. It can often come after and. This and yet this. This, but this. Let's look at some examples. So many questions and yet so few answers. This means I have so many questions, but there are not many answers. I can't get an answer to all of my questions. So many questions, but no answer. So many questions and yet so few answers. Let's look at another example. It felt strange and yet so wonderful to ski in the summer. This means it felt really strange or really weird to ski in summer, but it also felt wonderful, amazing to ski in summer. Strange, but good. Another example. In Australia at the moment, many places are in lockdown. So I feel terrible in lockdown, and yet I am grateful for the time I can spend with my boyfriend. I feel terrible, but also grateful. Okay, try to write your own sentence now on the worksheet. Try to write two things that are different with yet in the middle. You feel something and yet something different. Or you want something. I feel hungry. I want chicken. I want chicken and yet also beef. I want chicken but also beef. You can write two different things. Write it on the worksheet and also write it into the comments on the video. I will check your sentence. Pause the video now and write your sentence. Okay, pronunciation. We did a little bit of pronunciation earlier, but now let's go deeper. Have you ever seen a phonemic chart before? If you haven't, a phonemic chart, like the one in the worksheet, shows you how to pronounce all of the sounds of the vowels and consonants in the English language. It's a really good idea to learn how to read this chart. So let's learn together. The grey colour sections are your vowels. You might ask, but Naomi, there are only 5 vowels in the English alphabet. Why are there so many here? Well, that's because we pronounce each vowel in a few different ways, and we can also join vowels together to make more sounds. Think about the letter A. We can pronounce this letter as A or wait. Or we can pronounce it like A or apple or cat. A. Already, that's 2 ways for 1 letter. So this is why the grey section has so many sounds. And this chart can really help you fix your pronunciation problems that you might have. So, All good English dictionaries have these symbols next to the words. So if you learn to read this phonemic chart, you can learn the correct pronunciation for words. Let's look at some of the words from the story. On your worksheet, you can see that I have written the pronunciation there using these phonemes. Let's look at the first one. The first symbol there is Let's find it on the phonemic chart. Did you find it? There it is. The sound here is It's a very weak sound. The next sound is t. Have a look on the phonemic chart. Let's find it. Did you find it? T. Let's put those two together now. T, ut, 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 ut. You might notice that some Australians pronounce this as at, but only when we're speaking slowly. When we pronounce this quite quickly, we will pronounce it like this, ut, ut. Let's look at the next word now. Can you find that symbol? The. Okay, here, this symbol is voiced. That means if you put your hand here, you should feel some vibration. The. If there's no feeling here, it means it's unvoiced, and that's the other symbol next to it, okay? The lighter color is unvoiced, no feeling. But if it is bold or darker color on the phonemic chart, then you should feel it here, the. The next symbol after is the same as the first one, Let's put it all together. Ut, the, ut, the, ut, the, ut, the. Okay, let's look at the next sound now. We have and then Put the two together, m. The next sound is oo. Mo, mo, mo. There are two sounds here. We need to pronounce both of them, which means that we might need to move our mouth. Mo, mo. And then the last sound, mint. Moment. At the moment. At the moment. At the moment. Moment. Make sure you move your mouth a lot when you're speaking English. We need to train the muscles here, just like training your muscles with exercise. You might feel weird or a little bit crazy, but the more you move your mouth, the more people will understand you at the moment. At the moment. Okay, so I put all of the other phonemes on the sheet. Go through each of the sounds using the phonemic chart. Try to pronounce all of them using the chart. Slow down and say every single sound that is written. Once you can do that and then make it faster, you'll sound more natural. So I will say all the words now, slowly and then fast. Practice with me and keep practicing over time, and you will eventually sound like me. So, at the moment, at the moment, at the moment. Last Friday, last Friday. Last Friday. Last Friday. Suddenly. 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 Cold weather. Cold weather. Cold weather. Cold weather. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. Weather forecast. Light breeze. Light breeze. Light breeze. Draft. Draft. This is a long sound here. I can only say it slowly. Draft. Draft. Gust of wind. 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 Pelting down. Pelting down. Pelting down. Here you really need to move your mouth. Pelting down. Pelting down. Blowing a gale. Blowing a gale. Blowing a gale. Blowing a gale. Hail. 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 Storm. 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 Picked up. Picked up. Threatened to. Threatened to. Threatened to. Threatened. Threatened to. Threatened to. Threatened to. Threatened to. Threatened to. Toss it. Toss it. Pummeled by. Pummeled by. By. Pummeled by. Replaced by. Replaced by. Replaced by. Replaced by. Replaced by. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, 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 Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Got back. Got back. Back. Got back. Got back. Got back. Got back. Got back. Got back. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. 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 Hot cuppa. Hot. Don't make the t. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Hot cuppa. Okay, so overall, learning to read the phonemic chart will really help with your pronunciation. You need to make sure you're pronouncing every single sound that is written. Of course, when you listen to English, maybe you can't hear every sound, but we do pronounce it. We move our mouth. Even people who don't move their mouth like this still pronounce the words and every single sound. So, you need to move your mouth a lot when you are learning. Don't feel strange. It is normal. Move your mouth. If you don't pronounce every sound just like it is written here, then you will always have problems with pronunciation. You can practice with this video many times. You can record yourself so you can check if you sound the same as me. Okay, let's now pronounce the phrases from my story. I will say the sentence once. Then you repeat. Don't worry, I will pause the video for you. Just concentrate on repeating my sound. So, I will say it, then you copy my sound. This is more advanced, but remember, you can slow my speaking down. Just press the cog below and select the slower speed. Okay, are you ready? Let's do it. It's winter in Australia at the moment, and cold weather is normal. Last Friday, I was enjoying my hot cuppa on the balcony in the sun, when suddenly the sun disappeared. I moved inside and checked the weather forecast. There was no rain on the forecast. Yet the sun had been replaced by angry-looking black clouds. There was a light breeze outside, but inside, where I was now sitting, I could feel a draft on my ankles. Without warning, a huge gust of wind picked up my outdoor umbrella and threatened to toss it over the edge. I raced out onto the balcony and rescued the umbrella, only to be pummeled by the wind and now rain. It was pelting down and blowing an absolute gale. But it wasn't just rain that was pelting down. Whoa, Nelly, I exclaimed as I got back inside. It's hailing! It was definitely a sudden winter storm. How was that? Okay, let's now pronounce the whole story together at the same time. Try to say it with me at the same time. Copy my sound. This is the most advanced, but remember, you can slow me down. Okay, are you ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. It's winter in Australia at the moment, and cold weather is normal. Last Friday, I was enjoying my hot cuppa on the balcony in the sun, when suddenly the sun disappeared. I moved inside and checked the weather forecast. There was no rain on the forecast, yet the sun had been replaced by angry-looking black clouds. There was a light breeze outside, but inside, where I was now sitting, I could feel a draft on my ankles. Without warning, a huge gust of wind picked up my outdoor umbrella and threatened to toss it over the edge. I raced out onto the balcony and rescued the umbrella, only to be pummeled by the wind and now rain. It was pelting down and blowing an absolute gale. But it wasn't just rain that was pelting down. "Whoa, Nelly!" I exclaimed as I got back inside. "It's hailing!" It was definitely a sudden winter storm. How is that? Okay, don't forget to write your sentences using the grammar in the comments below. You can also try writing some sentences using the vocabulary from today. Don't forget to subscribe and click like on this video. I will have some mini lessons and also some longer lessons like this one coming soon. I'm really looking forward to seeing your sentences in the comments. See you next time!